Sun's out, guns out. How we doing, guys? I hope you're all well. And yes, I've changed the location of our video for the week. So I thought, you know what, it is sunny. Apparently this is winter. I mean, look, if this is winter, go and do a winter's day in Manchester in England, or, you know, a wet, windy day in Stoke-on-Trent. That's cold. This isn't winter. This is not winter. My head's burning. I think you could boil an egg on my head. No comments. So this week's video is about grading tips. And I have 4 tips that I recommend, or 5 should I say actually. The first one is answer the following questions. Number 1, answer the following questions. Have you trained enough for your grading? Have you put enough hours on the mat? Have you waited enough time between your grades? And there's a big difference. You might have waited the eligible 6 months, just let's say, between your P2 and P3, but have you trained in that time? That's the difference. People say, oh, but I've waited nearly a year for my grading. Sorry for being blunt. To me, that means nothing. I don't care about that. I do care, that's the wrong phrase to say. But what I mean is I'm more interested in, okay, cool. So you've served your time, but have you trained in between? Because that's, you know, there's a lot of, you know, morally and ethically ask yourself that question if you are ready to grade. Don't just chase badges. That's my tip number 1. Answer those questions. Second tip, know your curriculum. So the biggest thing I find when people are looking at grading, they often say, oh, Alan, can you help me on, say, P3? And I go, cool, what are you stuck on P3? And then they go, I don't know what's on the P3 curriculum. I'm just like, wow, you have to help yourself. So for a prime example is on P1, how many strikes is there using your legs on P1? How many strikes? Have a think now. 4. Knee, regular front kick, defensive back kick, stomp down. 4 strikes with your legs, okay? Actually know what's on your curriculum. Tip number 3, understand your curriculum. There's a big difference. So understand the tactical and technical reasons behind what we do. More of the tactical is what I'm interested in. But for example, you know, if you're doing, let's look at P1 again. So you've got the 1.5 defense against a straight punch. So you're doing your straight punch defense. And the idea behind doing the 1.5 is someone's there going to go jab cross. So they're throwing 2 strikes. 1, 2, right? 1, 2. The idea of the 1.5 is you're going to block the first strike, if possible, and try and get your counter in before they do a second strike. So there's a tactical reason behind 1.5. A better example is P2. You are doing, you know, so many different defenses against a straight punch. Lean back defense, simultaneous, left on left. And the reason for these, if you look at, say, the lean back defense, is you're in a state of non-readiness. You're in a passive stance. Someone's taking you by surprise, boosh, you're getting hit, what? Lean back, defend, because you're in that state of non-readiness. But then now, your hands are up, you're in your outlet stance, and someone's about to strike, you're like, well, mate, look, I don't want to hassle. Your mind is in a mental state of readiness, so simultaneous defense, so blocking and countering at the same time, is logical. It's the more appropriate defense. Tip number, what are we up to now? Tip number 1, 2, 3. Tip number 4, fitness. Fitness, everyone's favourite. Hey, you could do a beach run, no excuses here. But get yourself match fit. However you choose to do it, find a way of fitness that works for you and just get yourself ready for the grading. Everyone's fitness is different. What works for me won't work for you maybe. But I like the deck of cards, it's very versatile. You get upper body, lower body, core, aerobic, and you can tailor it as hard as you want. Tip number 5 is actually a phrase from Michael Jordan. Just play, have fun, enjoy the game. Have fun when you are testing, right? It should be, you should come away from the grading, right? A grading for me shouldn't be beasting, should be a knowledgeable experience. And even if, look, it's not successful on the day, you should come away with knowledge on how to improve and where you're at. That's it. A test for a P1 exam, or the P1's different, but P3, 4, 5, G level, we're looking at where you're at. And if you meet those requirements, cool, next step on the ladder. If you don't, no worries. It's not the end of the world. So my 5 tips are the following. 1, ask yourself the questions. Have you served enough time? Have you trained enough? You know, answer those 2 questions to start with. The answer is yes, yes, cool. Tip number 2, know your curriculum. Understand point A to F or A to G, whatever it is, know what's on your curriculum. Point 3, understand your curriculum, tactically understand it, why you're doing what you're doing. Don't just do it because your instructor says. You need to know, because it will show on the exam. For years I've seen it where people go and say, why are you doing that defense? Oh, I don't know, I just know on P2 there's lean back, simultaneous, left on left, and then inside forearm. They have no understanding why they're doing it. Know what you're doing. Because look, a good example is this, by the way. If you don't understand stick defense on P4, right, going in and so on, right, then when you come to sticks next on G3, the same action, you're going to be in a world of problems. Because now you've got to defend the stick from the side with a baseball bat or the overhead. So it's like the P level links into G level. AL designed the system so it's so logical it all interlinks and flows. Point number 4, fitness. Get yourself match fit and be, again, answer an honest question. If you're not match fit, don't grade. Point 5, just play, have fun, enjoy the game, or enjoy the test, as Michael Jordan would once say, but he said the game. But enjoy it. Yeah, the grading should be, I've done quite a lot of mock gradings. Sometimes in the past I'll put my hand up and say, yeah, I'll do a mock G grading. Why? It's good experience, good knowledge, you get good feedback, and always be open to feedback. Feedback's never personal, it's just someone giving you constructive and honest of what they see. This is it. All right, guys, I hope that's useful, the 5 tips. Answer those questions morally and ethically. Have you served enough time, and have you trained enough? 2, know your curriculum. 3, understand tactically your curriculum. 4, fitness. 5, have fun. All right, guys, I'm going to go and get a suntan and go in the ocean. I will see you in class soon. See you later, guys.